Hi, this is Grow It, Build It, and I'm going to show you how to save seeds from common sunflower, Helianthus Annus. This plant is different from the mammoth sunflowers that make one giant flower. This will make a lot of smaller ones off of one stalk. And the seed heads are small, and once they've bloomed and dried up a bit, you can cut the seed heads off and store them for about a week. Then you can collect the seeds. And there's really not too much to this one. Method-wise, you pretty much just have to break them up and separate the seeds by hand. But this plant differs from the giant mammoths in a lot of ways in that, number one, it's not one giant bloom, it's a lot of smaller blooms. And they'll bloom for about a month, I've found. Whereas the giant mammoth ones, you'll get one giant flower, which is interesting and nice to look at, but it's done in a week. So these you get a lot longer bloom time. But after you've broken it up, you kind of just have to go through by hand and separate to find the seed, and there's one right there. It's not too complicated a process by any means. So you just break it up and get your hands in there, and as you find seeds, just slide them off to the side and remove chaff as you go. But this plant is the original annual sunflower that pretty much every other annual sunflower comes from genetically. Everything else has been a cultivar or a hybrid of some kind. It'll self-seed pretty well. I had two in my vegetable garden just because I had some empty space a year ago, and I did save seeds from those, but I never got around to germinating them. But it didn't matter because I had probably 20-30 volunteer seedlings this spring. So I dug some up and moved them around to my little meadow garden, and then I just left about a half dozen, as my wife liked them where they were. So, it's a pretty interesting plant, you really do need to get after the seed heads earlier than I did. The birds got most of the seeds out of this one. I think I only clipped off 6 or 7 seed heads because I figured that would be enough, but I really only got around 30 seeds from everything. As you can see, I sped up this video because it's not exactly that interesting to watch at normal speed. Someone just sifting through this by hand. It is a little different process you have to go through, and the seeds definitely look a lot different than the ones you buy to eat, or the giant seeds for the mammoth sunflowers. So here I'll get you a nice little close-up of what seeds I got out of these 6 or 7 seed heads, and you'll be able to see how small they are. Not exactly something you want to have for a snack, so to speak. As you can see, if they do have a shell, I don't even notice it when I break up the seed head to get it. But here's a few more pictures of this in my garden this year. Click like if you enjoyed the video, and head over to growitbuildit.com. We've got a lot of other detailed plant profiles there. Thank you very much.